Hello, hobbies. This is Joe again. All right, so today we're going to be talking about health. Right, so that is a major concern nowadays. Right? So, what is health? It is your state of being, your physical health. Right. So, right now, one of the major issues we are confronting in our world today is because of these things that happen to our bodies. Right. So things like heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lower respiratory infections, colon cancer, diabetes, kidney disease, breast cancer, just to name a few. So why do these things happen to us? Supposedly we are a creation of the Most High, God, right? So why do we get all of these diseases, infections, sicknesses in our bodies when we are 1 in 400 billion chance of living, right? So within ourselves, we can really cure ourselves if we do have all the necessary vitamins, minerals, exercise, things like that in our lives. Right? So due to lack of those things, so most of the diseases do come up as we age. So there is a recent medical science breakthrough. It's called the discovery of stem cell. Before, all medicine was coursed through physiological treatments, right? Then we went to pharmacological or medicines. Then it went into organic, using of natural plants, juices, etc., or vitamins and supplements. Right now, the latest is what we call discovery of stem cells. So what is a stem cell? It is the most basic form of all living things. So it has unlimited possibilities of treatment. Okay, it has miraculous abilities. So all of us are made out of cells, correct? So meaning the building block of everything in us is from cells. So we actually regenerate all of our cells within 2 years. Our bones, our muscles, our tissues, our eyes, our hair, our hands, our feet, all of these are made out of cells, and cells replicate, right? So they reproduce and they form new cells. But as we age, of course, because of lack of nutrition and because of the natural cycle of life, which is aging, so our cells do not replicate as much. So the miracle of stem cell, this is an unstoppable medical science trend. So this is called the greatest revolution of medicine that has emerged. So what is this exactly? What is stem cell therapy? Right? So before so medical science has proven that using stem cells and reintroducing them to our bodies will be most beneficial. So before, there were breakthroughs in placenta injection. That was in Switzerland. Now we also have stem cell transplants. And we also have cord blood basking. Other therapies included placenta injection. Okay. And then, of course, we have to have a healthy lifestyle, and that should be complemented with also one of these treatments they call adult stem cells banking. So most of these are very, very expensive, right? Hobbies. So meaning you have to go to a clinic, you have to go to a Switzerland, you have to go to a doctor's office, so on and so forth. So it is very inconvenient It is very costly, and of course, who would want to go to a doctor's office and be put on this type of therapy? Nobody would. I wouldn't. I'm sure you would not also like it, right? It's very, very inconvenient. So, due to breakthroughs in technology and of course advancement of man, and man is always pursuing a better way, correct? So I have discovered this Hobbies PURTIER placenta. So this is especially sourced from pollution-free New Zealand. So it is now considered the #1 health supplement brand already consumed by millions of people. So this actually started way back 2008, and it has already proven for the last 14 years of its miraculous benefits to our body. So what is it made out of? So ancient sayings of treasures in the deer. So this is the primary source of the stem cell placenta, is from the deer. So in ancient China, all parts of the deer were considered like a gold mine for different health benefits. Yeah, from the tail, the sinew, the pizzle, the velvet, the heart, placenta, the blood. So deer would actually be foraging the forest, correct? And they mostly eat all of these natural herbs, plants, etc. So they always pick the very all these vegetables, all of these plants, herbs. So they only pick the right ones and they consume those, right? So when a deer would not like to live anymore, he also knows those plants, okay, those herbs that he would eat if he wanted to to die already. So that's a very interesting fact. Hobbies. So what else? So why do we need health supplements? Because we have to repair our body, to regenerate, to detoxify, for recovery, prevention. It's also a supplement because we are not eating enough vitamins and minerals. Is it every day that you're able to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? No. So you also need to protect our body, right? And of course, prevention is always better than the cure, right? So I heard saying that all of us do have cancer cells inside of us, okay? So why do some people get sick and have cancer when all of us do have cancer cells in us? So what happens is, due to their lifestyle, due to their lack of nutrition, lack of exercise, all of these things affect the body. There's an imbalance in the body, right? So I do believe that we can definitely cure ourselves. We have that capability. It's a God-given capability of us. But due to, lack of resources, lack of time, lack of knowledge, so we degrade our bodies. Okay? We consume less of what we really need. So if you consume so much sugar in your system, naturally you will become diabetic, right? Now, if you have too much salt in your system, then you will have high blood pressure, right? If you don't have an active lifestyle, meaning you do not sweat, you do not get enough sunlight, which is vitamin D, in our system, then our bodies don't have the necessary tools for it to heal itself, to make itself better, to normalize our system. And mostly the foods that we eat will be acidic based, meaning these are meats, okay, that we eat, consume: beef, pork, chicken. And most of these foods do have chemicals in it. Hobbies, that some of those chickens that we eat are just 45 days old from being a chick to become a live chicken. 45 days. So how many growth hormones and all these chemicals are put in those chickens that we eat? The same with our pork, our beef, and all of these other things that we're eating are not natural. They have preservatives. All of these canned goods that we eat, all these preserved meats, processed meats that we eat. So what are put in them? They're all chemicals. So once that enters the body, how can the body in all of our protective systems repair itself, regenerate? It cannot. It's overwhelmed. So what is the evolution of the PURTIER placenta? So it started out with, of course, the deer placenta, and then there were added many other ingredients. Okay, and all of these ingredients now has come up. PURTIER placenta has now come up with the 6th edition with all of these infused. So all of these are fruits, vegetables, things like squalene, apple pepinol, and all of these other ingredients are infused in this PURTIER placenta. So you'll see here on the next chart some of the ingredients here, right? So it is the Rolls Royce of supplements. Okay. So these are live cells we are introducing to our bodies. Okay. So what does that do? Since we are getting older, of course, we cannot replicate cells as fast as when we were younger. So I am now 53 years old. So you would think that, of course, a 20-year-old would have their system will be more optimized, and they're able to replicate their cells, okay, naturally. But a 53-year-old like myself, right, who has a very hectic lifestyle, irregular sleeping habits, and of course very busy schedule, stressful work environment, etc., all these factors, and of course lack of nutrition, right? So what will happen to somebody like myself if I don't get that enough exercise, enough nutrients, enough vegetables, fruits, and all of these nutrients in my system, because my schedule cannot permit it, right, hobbies? So we have to get something to supplement all these things that's happening us. So there have been a lot of so these are some of the other ingredients that we get from PURTIER placenta. So this is live stem cell. So I was told that this is how it works. So the capsule itself has a special coating that when we ingest it, it will not dissolve in our large intestine. So meaning that's where all these food are broken down, right, for absorption, right? And that's in the large intestine is where we have all of these acids, our stomach acids that break down our food. So most of those, most of the nutrition there will be lost, since it's, imagine, it's in acid, right? It breaks it down. So what's different with PURTIER placenta is that because of the special coating, okay, of the capsule, it will not dissolve in the large intestine. So it'll just pass through body and will go now to our small intestine. So small intestine, that is where we absorb all these broken down nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all of these things that we ingest in our body. That is where the live stem cells are released. So that's so wonderful, right? So we're getting full nutrition from this PURTIER placenta, or the stem cells, live stem cells we're introducing to our body. So I have a friend that did have COVID, and he was diagnosed with COVID. He had an X-ray. He was supposed to be in the hospital for a long time. Okay, and you know what? When he took this placenta, PURTIER placenta, three capsules in the morning, 3 capsules during lunch, and then 3 capsules during evening, he was able to get well in 6 days. Imagine, that is COVID, right? Which we all fear now, right? That is the end disease now, hobbies, right? So that's amazing. And when he was released from the hospital, and they checked his X-ray, they said they didn't have any COVID at all. So that is crazy. When he came in, he said that he had COVID. Now, after 6 days, he released. Says he only had pneumonia. So the doctor told him that whatever he was taking, he should continue it. Okay, and he was only taking PURTIER placenta. So there are many more stories about almost miraculous healings that PURTIER placenta. Many testimonials that I've heard about, and so I'm also a part of it. I'm also wanting to be part of this distribution, or being a distributor of PURTIER placenta. All right, so of course, anything that we should consume, any supplements, anything like that, vitamins, minerals, whatever, should have reliable certifications of safety. Okay, they have a health certificate, so and so, things that you read there, right? Now, why did I get into this business? Me and my wife, actually. Mommy was the one who was very interested, because she's a nurse, right? And she knows there are a lot of people that needs help, that our modern medicine is do have means of curing, but not all, right? So we have to really supplement this with new technologies, new discoveries that do come up. So this is a great opportunity. We primarily went into this because we wanted to get the product for free. Okay, so a normal treatment will be 6 months, right? But of course, we wanted to continue on. Being 53 now, my wife is 48 years old. So we are in this age when we are prone to all of these sicknesses I showed you in the last slide, like diabetes, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, right? And so many diseases now are happening, like lung cancer, right? Diabetes, like I said, breast cancer, kidney disease, colon cancer, stroke. Of course, actually, both of my parents died prematurely. So my father died from I think it was also stroke, and my mom was also also stroke, right? Stroke or heart disease, all of these things. So they say it's in the genes, hereditary. So I don't believe that. It's really because of our lifestyle, right? Because of lack of nutrition, lack of foods that we eat, lack of time for exercise. So I found this PURTIER placenta as really a wonderful alternative for us to be healthy, right? Since we don't have enough nutrients, enough time for exercise, enough time to consult a nutritionist, right? Enough time to consult a doctor even, right? So this is a wonderful way for us to stay healthy. Okay, this is regenerating your own cells, introducing live cells, introducing new cells into your body, so that is to aid your regeneration, right? That you heal yourself. So my hobbies, if you would be interested and perhaps getting this, you can contact me, comment below. My number is in the description. So hopefully I'll hear from you and I can tell you more about PURTIER.